Okay, so in this tutorial, I am going to demonstrate for you how to be able to create a value scale in Adobe Illustrator. First thing I'm going to do is open up Adobe Illustrator and we're going to create new. And so your document size should be 11 inches by 8.5 inches, or otherwise known as letter landscape. We want one artboard. Your color mode, it really doesn't matter what color mode you have, RGB or CMYK, because we're going to change it in a little bit. And everything else you could leave as the default, and we're going to create. So here is our document. And because we've selected the color palette as RGB, I'm going to show you something. If you click here on this little area here of the color palette, you will have options: grayscale, RGB, HSB, CMYK, WebSafe, RGB. These are all different types of color palettes. What I want you to do is I want you to select grayscale, and we're going to work in grayscale today for this project. I also want to share something else with you. You're looking for this palette that has a slider that has K, and then after has a slider that goes from 0 to 100. If you have something that looks like uh, this, where it has like this gradient and you don't have a slider on it, but it's grayscale, all you need to do is to go to Window, Workspace, and select Essentials, and your grayscale palette will turn into a slider scale, okay? I just learned that a little while ago because I had that problem, and I figured if I had that problem, you might have that problem. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my rectangle tool, and I'm going to click on it. And you'll notice how once I click on it, it turns into a crosshair. I'm going to click once right on my screen. And what it does is it brings up a prompt that allows me to type in the exact width and height of the shape of the swatch that I want. So in this case, I want you to do a 1/2 inch, 0.5 by 2 inch swatch. Tell it okay. And there it is. Now this swatch right now tells me that it's filled with white and it's got a black stroke on it, and it is, and I don't want that. What I want to do is I want to select the stroke, turn it off, select the fill, and I want to fill it with full black, which should be 100% black. And I'm going to put that black all the way over here on this side. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this black swatch, and I'm going to put it over here on the right-hand side. Now we can do this a number of ways. You can select the rectangle tool and click and do what I just did, or you do a Command C, Command V, copy paste. I'm going to show you something different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down my Option key, my Command key, and my Shift key, and notice how I have 2 double arrows, and I'm clicking right on my shape. And what it does is it makes an automatic duplication of my swatch, and it keeps it perpendicular to the same height that this is. Now this swatch on the right hand side, I'm going to fill it with stroke none, fill white none, okay? So notice that when I click off of it, it goes away. Why does it go away? Well, because I have a white swatch on a white background. But if I want to see if I actually have something there, I could do a Command Y as in you, and it shows me the outline of the swatches that I have. And if I do a Command Y again, it fills them up for me, okay? So next is I'm going to select with my black arrow tool both rectangles, the black one and the white one. And what I want to do is I want to do a specified steps. I want steps to give me, I want to do a transition from black to white in specified steps. And to do that, I'm going to select my blend tool. And do you see this W right next to the blend tool, the word? If I type a W, it will select the blend tool. Before I use a blend tool, I'm going to double click on it. And under spacing, I have an option between smooth color and specified steps. I want specified steps, and I want to have a total of 15 swatches that are in grayscale, or 15 values. So I already have 2, so I'm going to tell it to give me the additional 13 in betweens. Along with these 2 will make a total of 15. Tell it OK. And now you'll notice that my black arrow turned into a crosshair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that icon right at the lower right hand corner. Click once, let go, take it over to the other corner, click once and let go, and look what happens. It makes a transition of all of the values from black to white, which is exactly what I wanted. Now the thing that I don't like is I don't like this space that's in between them. So what I want to do is I want to move each value or each key over so that they're butt against each other. But notice what happens when I select it, they all move together. So this is very simple, but it's a real specific step you need to follow. So with your black arrow tool, I want you to select the value scale. And then I want you to go up to the top and go to Object and select Expand and let go. Tell it OK. You're not done. You're going to do it again. But this time you're going to go to Object and you're going to go to Ungroup. And once you do that, now every single swatch is independent. Okay? So now what I need you to do is to select the swatch and move it over, so that all your swatches bump up against each other and that there is no white space between them. Okay? I'm going to stop the video so I can do that. And nope, actually that's all I need to do. If you put all of your swatches all in one line, side by side, and I'm doing this just a little bit quicker, and you'll notice I've got a little hair space here. So I'm going to close that up. I don't want to show any white in between. I want the swatches to butt up right against each other, and I want them all to line up, because we're going to be using this as a tool to be able to do our studies with. And this is a really easy way of being able to do it and to have the computer do it for you. We're getting into the lighter keys here, and I think there's one more. Yep, there's the white. Don't forget to include the white because it is a value. Then I'm going to select everything and I'm going to put it right in the middle of my page. The next thing I want to do is I want to identify each key with the value number that it is. And you'll notice that if I click on a key, my color palette tells me this is 100, this is 92.86, this is 85.71. What I'm going to do is I'm going to round everything off. So I'm going to select this value and I'm going to make it 92.86. I'm going to make it 93%. And it's going to be a slight shift, but I want to work in whole numbers. This will be 85.71, so I'm going to make it 86%. And then this one, I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to do these right here, 78.57. I'll make it 79%, and so on. So what I want you to do is I want you to do that with all of them. And then what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to put the number, the value number under each swatch that it's identified. That's 93. And so, oops, 93. And why can't I do that? Hold on, what's going on? Hold on one sec. Something is going on. 93, and put it into position. And if you want, you can do the percent sign, because it is 93%, 100%. And then after the next swatch, put it right underneath. And I forgot that's 86, select it and type in 86, and so on. So your homework is to be able to have the value scale worked out, have your numbers underneath it, make sure they're whole numbers, and have this ready for your next project. Okay? End video.